they've worn out that smear of conspiracy theory. It's quite desperate, really, that they're unable to engage us on a level of, discussion and reason and logic and talking about the facts. They just literally just try to shut you up with conspiracy theory. But that is wearing thin now. More and more people are going, what conspiracy theory? Where? And they'll go and listen to the person they're trying to defame and, stop an audience from listening to. So I think like you say, we're going through a transition. We're going through a transition from the legacy main media are clearly dying. And there's a move over to the internet, but they're not going to want the internet to be out of their reach and out of their control. So there's definitely going to be like a new media, like you're talking about that.
It's already here. It's already here. It smells. I smell, I look at Redacted. I've been on Redacted. I look at Russell Brand. I look at Kim Iverson. I look at the way they advertise themselves. Like Kim Iverson, she'll advertise herself as looking basically like the mainstream media. It looks like, basically smells like it. But then it's not, so they can say they're cool. But okay, who's funding you? Who's funding you? I wouldn't mind seeing your funding. If you're going to claim to be different than the rest of them, all right, show your funding. Because I think that's the state we're going to come to if we're going to trust people. Russell Brand, up there, being shown off by the Thiel Media organization, this new Thiel Media organization of Rumble. Rumble is Peter Thiel. I mean, Peter Thiel is the technocratic king of the future. He is an awful human being. The person who's the creator of Palantir. The thing that's named after something that is so corruptible and potential evil to enter into your mind and destroy you forever is the name of his company that he can basically get. They've got data points on nearly thousands and thousands on nearly every human alive, and they're creating all the infrastructure for all the databases, for all of the private security organizations and all of the police and all of these things that end up one system. It'll be these people. Russell Brand, so what does he say? He's this shocked look on his face every time. Oh, on his videos, shock. Look at this. This will destroy you. Same with Redact. This will kill you. Oh, the same thing.
Clickbait, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the worst thing that the dying mainstream media offer. It's the crappiest thing that they offer, and that's what the new neo-mainstream media, as I'm starting to call them now, are offering you. It's the same, the dying embers of the mainstream media in a way to say, we're going to act like you and be visceral and horrible and scare you and scare tactics and use psychological, disturbing people psychologically to get your message into your head. Russell Brand wants you shocked, scared. He wants you shaking. He wants you to worry. He wants you to fear. And who's he working for? Who's funding you, Russell? Yeah, you got loads of money. Oh, you're up there, out on the technocratic stage. And who's taking over the world? The technocrats are taking over the world, aren't they? We know what's coming. The CIA, all of these people are building an infrastructure that's linked in with these exact technocratic infrastructure that's being created across the top by all of these big businesses and these people like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, who will act like your friend to your face and who will obviously not be doing good things for you behind closed doors and for society in a whole.
So how does the real alternative media find a voice within that field? Where does the real alternative media fit into that? How are we able to get our message through that?
I don't think you can. I think they are really setting up. We have to keep doing what we're doing, which is like I write long form articles. I source them up the wazoo, and I know that when I put them out, hardly anybody's going to read them. And in a year, people are going crazy for them. And then in 2 years, people are going really crazy because it takes time and it takes momentum. So you have to let people find.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
Our job is to show people the truth, and the truth is never ended. So we just keep trudging through it. And eventually people will look back in history and they'll say, oh, look at those people who tried to scare us and use psychological tropes to manipulate our mind and make us watch their channels. And then look at all of this honest information that gives us the truth, gives us a true understanding of what's really going on. And in a historical context and with the passage of time going by, people will be able to see the difference between what we're doing and what this fake like I say, neo-MSM are doing, which are just, they're using the worst part of the MSM and they're doing it at hyper.
Something you're quite passionate about.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Oh, man,
It's great to see you in action.
I feel like I've been involved in this for long enough to have a right to say that not everything is as it seems. And my life for the past few years, and I won't go into this right now, but my life for the past few years has been a long string of people trying to infiltrate me to make me say certain things using every method you can possibly imagine. And that includes things that will scare people. So in the future, when I tell people what, you know, my experience, what I've had to go through to be able to tell the truth and to be able to produce articles like this, people will see that it takes a large part out of your life. It takes a lot away.
As well.
And it makes you passionate about the people who are sitting there and ruling the roost without giving you anything in return. They're just taking your fear. They're manipulating your mind, and they just want your fear, and that will be, the money will just keep flowing to them. Show who is funding you. That's all I say to all of those neo-mainstream. Kim Iverson, show who's funding you. Redacted, show who's funding you. Show who's funding you.